I'm gonna just ask you this very funny, hilarious question. Have you ever seen like a grown man like slide and fall in public and lift up their leg very up? You can't resist laughing, right? But it's a sad situation. And today we'll be talking about something really very important, the science of laughter and how humor affects our health. The first point we'd like to talk about is that laughter impacts our bodies. Laughter is really, really important in our bodies. And to explain this to you, I'll just go very simply. Laughter is really important for the human body because what laughter does is that, it increases certain things in our bodies. Laughter is really important for our bodies for a few reasons that I'm going to explain. The first thing is that when we laugh, we release a certain substance in our body that's called endorphins. And so laughter triggers a release of these endorphins, which are the body's natural good feel, chemicals called endorphins. Endorphins have analgesic properties, which means they relieve the sensation of pain and they enhance our mood and make us feel cheerful and happy. When endorphins levels increase, feeling of stress and tensions can decrease, leading to a sense of relaxation and well-being. That's why they always say when people are very happy, they release endorphins. When some people have genuine and real good sexual intercourse, they release endorphins. These are all situations where when we feel extremely overjoyed, we release endorphins and we feel relaxed, we feel really happy. Laughter as well not only limits itself in terms of releasing endorphins, laughter also releases a certain substance called dopamine. So laughter causes a release of dopamine. And dopamine is a neurotransmitter and is associated with pleasure and reward. So dopamine helps regulate mood and emotional responses, and its release contributes to positive relaxed state of the mind. It reduces some hormones. You remember when a stray dog starts barking and start following you, you become like rage, your eyes are expanded, your eyes are open, dilated, you're ready to run and engage, you fight, or you scream, you gather all our energy and you go. So there's sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. So sometimes when you're laughing, your body sympathizes with you and you feel relaxed and you feel really chill. And it also helps our muscles to relax. It improves blood flow actually to several parts of our bodies, to our face, and that's why we feel very happy and relaxed and simple when we are laughing. So really that is really one of the importance of laughing. And several studies have been done, including those done by Mayo Clinic. Let's look at this funny section from the Patch Adams movie. It's really hilarious.
A brilliant mind, and like many brilliant people, you don't necessarily think the rules apply to you.
It was so much more convenient thinking of you as an idiot.
Okay, so here there are several rules that apply to doctors. Okay, doctors don't just go around making rules, and there is a code of ethics that governs how physicians should practice. Depending on what jurisdiction you're practicing in, there's different rules, there's different regulations. Usually the colleges of physicians will usually define and support in some of the things that physicians are supposed to do in terms of their practices.
For a while, the hospital will cover all of your bills. Any other questions?
Quite a funny one though. It's actually very dangerous if you make promises like, hospitals will cover all your bill. Hospitals have different policies in terms of, reimbursements for people who have insurance. In a country like Canada where they have covering by the government, if you have private insurance for certain things, depending on if the government covers that or not, then you can be able to make such claims. But making such claims, I would try to uphold from making such claims to my patients in terms of that the doctors or that the hospital is going to cover their entire hospitalization.
What if a doctor becomes emotionally involved with a patient? What is wrong with that?
Patients don't need a friend, they need a doctor.
Actually, it's true to an extent. It's a very huge topic in terms of if doctors can actually be friends with their patients or not. We need to actually be very careful. It's not always permitted because of many things that can happen. So the thing is, in general, establishing a friendship between a doctor and a patient is discouraged, usually in several instances. Just why? Because, we want doctors to be very objective and to avoid impartiality in the decisions that they make for the care of a patient, right? And also the fact that we don't want a situation of power imbalance where the doctor is, in position of authority over the patient, but just because they were friends, and then the patient is all reliant on the doctors and can't really make their own personal and sound judgments in case of situation. Problems of confidentiality would always be there, dual relationships and boundary issues. These are all things that are really usually discussed in settings in terms of that relationship between the doctor and their patient. But it's a difficult line to draw.
Our job is improving the quality of life, not just delaying death. The true story.
I do agree here that the doctor's position and the doctor's job is literally to make sure the quality of life of the patient is good. Of course, we have to follow the right medical practice, do things the right way, but of course, having our patients relax and feel well is really great for their health, because first of all, sickness, apart from it having all the trauma that it has on our physical body, it's also psychologically traumatizing. And so doctors have that particular duty to maintain integrity in terms of the patient's thinking and support the patient in as much as they can to help them reestablish and get that autonomy that they should normally have if they're not sick. So the next segment is that we're talking about laughter's mental health benefits. Laughter has lots of benefits on mental health, and laughter reduces stress hormones and promotes relaxation. So generally in the bodies, there are several stress hormones like the one you see on your screen, and these stress hormones are usually there to, worsen our situation. Once we're usually stressed, several people tell you they have like epigastric pain, which is that pain that you have right at the middle of your chest and it feels as if it's going towards the back. We can have that, but which is different from, a heart attack. So once we're stressed, several things can happen, and which can really affect our mental health. And that's why today we have several mental health issues more than have ever been before. This historical breakthrough of things that are happening in terms of the psychology world, which have never been before. So all of this is associated with stress and the different things that we have to do in life. And so laughter is always one of those solutions that could limit and reduce those. Remember when I talked about the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous systems? This is a part where, once you're not stressed, you're relaxed, you're pretty chill. And, studies have shown that really when you laugh a lot, it has a very great role. So several studies have been done which have proven this, such as if you look at the Journal of Psychology today, it shows you that there is a great relationship between, laughter and having a good mental state. It's just really, really important. And the next one is laughter creates a sense of social bonding. It's really, really important to have the sense of social bonding, being around with people and, laughing about things that are funny and that really make you relax. Laughter actually strengthens social bonds and fosters connection between individuals. If you have that one person who is always cracking jokes and you're laughing your lungs out, you would always be very happy to be by that person. Studies have shown that. The studies of the Oxford University have shown the rules of, laughter in terms of bringing about, societal or individual cohesions and adhesions. So one other thing is that laughter's roles in pain management. So over the years, great philosophers and thinkers had imagined that laughter had a very great role in terms of pain management. And studies have shown that really laughter has a great effect on pain management in patients, because when you laugh, again, remember there's release of all this dopamine and endorphins, as we said initially, which keeps you in a state of being relaxed. It causes muscle relaxation and there is no that contraction. And because that is happening, there is a reduction in inflammatory processes that could occur in the muscles, and you don't feel that soreness again in your skin. So laughter is really, really very important. This is a thing that we should be doing not only in physical trauma, but also even in psychological, financial and trauma.
Against future capital gains. Any child knows that.
His laughter is very hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's it about laughter. There's several other points in which laughter is really important. So I'm encouraging all our viewers to always go to places and be around people that will make you laugh, because of course it's healthy. That's gonna promote your health. That's gonna contribute to your heart health and your vascular health as well. Not only limited to that, it's also gonna have a huge impact on your mental health. So thank you so much for watching. If you've loved the video and you like it and you think the content is great, please leave your comment, your questions, your contributions, your experiences in the comment below. And I'll see you in the next video. Please like, share, hit subscribe, and bye-bye.
But you cannot declare offshore investment losses against future capital gains. Any child knows that.
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.